ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Welcome to the stream. It's Thursday. We're in the kitchen. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. I forgot to turn the music on. Sounds like something I'd do. There we go. Got some music from Whiteback Audio. Yay! Whiteback Audio, as always. So today we are doing stuff. I had an idea. I've had a couple of veal snitties lately. I was like, you know what? Let's do something with veal. So we're going to do a veal and pork hamburger with a couple of bits and bobs, and we're going to experiment. We're going to have a go at it. I've got some ideas of where I'd like to run with it. Again, we're doing this literally blind, never tried this before. Difference is this time there's no recipe. We are throwing it all together and we're going to see what happens as we go. So, see what happens, eh? Right, so we're starting with 500 grams of pork and veal mince. Yeah! Ooh. We're chucking that sans paper into a bowl. Ta-da. Now, because we're making burgers, just going to do a generic, hold it together. Going to bind it just with an egg and half a cup of panko breadcrumbs. Panko breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs, I'm told, panko is keto. I don't know how that works, but supposedly they are. Best before 2027. Yeah, the rate I go through breadcrumbs. I think we got this. Uh-oh. Where'd I put the scissors? Found them. Everyone can stop looking now. So we're going to throw in we've put in an egg, we're going to throw in half a cup of the panko breadcrumbs. Panko breadcrumbs. Once I find all the bits. It's a bit more, but she'll be right. Now, some of the fun stuff. We're going to put in an amount of parmesan. I don't know how much I want to put in. It is fairly bitey. So I reckon we're going to go for 1/3 of a cup. This may change for the cookbook. Who knows? I certainly don't. Alright. Take it by the nose. Love that sound. Every now and then you just get a little crunch when you're grating Parmesan. And I don't know why, but I find it very satisfying. That's not too bad. That was a pretty good guess, actually. We're a little bit over, but that's okay. So let's put in 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan. And we're nearly done. Gonna put in 2 large cloves of garlic. Oops. Oh, yeah, maybe 3. These are not particularly gargantuan. I'm going to put in 3 cloves of garlic. Deciding which knife I'm going to use. Come on. Ooh. I don't like the look of that one. That's better. Didn't like the look of that one. Come on, skin. Off with his skin. Gonna have to do some lamb stuff as well, I think, at some point. Because you can't get sheep anymore. It's all lambs. Damn you, sheep industry. Wow, that really didn't want to come off. Alright, let's take them off for a sec. Ta-da! Come on. So again, if you're feeling lazy, you could probably just use crushed garlic from a jar for this. That's it. Any excuse to use the mezzaluna, right? Wow, that's coming through, that crunchiness. Okay. Now, I've got a feeling we may be adding a bit more How you doing, Upright? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. Yeah, pork and veal burgers. I'm going to give it a go. I'm running just a random recipe that I'm making up as I go along. We're doing another one of those. You hate for make-believe food, right? We like make-believe food. So I'm also just getting the very last of the thyme that was out in the garden. It's been suffering a bit. So that's going to be, I reckon that's going to be about a teaspoon of thyme. Crunch that up. Take the sticks out of it. Good Lord. Alright, I'm going to dry this off just a little bit. Now, I'm going to change. Just going to chunk that up a little bit more, a little bit finer. That's better. I would probably use a little bit more than that, but that's pretty much what was left in the garden, so that's what we're using. Right. Now we got brioche rolls. Although I have been thinking about it lately. I can't. We've got a proper bakery down the road that I do have to go have a look at first, but I can't find a roll that I'm happy to use for burgers. Like some burgers you can use a brioche for. Other burgers like this one, I really do suspect that the brioche is just going to melt under this burger. So we'll see. But I need a more crusty. I need a more crusty roll than what the local Foodland sells. Need something eggy for what? The bread, or go with something crunchy like a Vietnamese roll. Yeah. What do you? I don't know if they've got a specific name, but something. Definitely sort of. Look at me trying to make words come out. So something more along the lines of I still want to go with the fluffy inside, with the roll, but something more like the outside being something more like a focaccia. Sort of that. It's got that. It's got that texture to it that you can, like, if the juices and everything from the burger soak into it, it's not just going to disintegrate in your hands. But it's not necessarily crunchy that when you bite into it, flakes go everywhere. Yeah, look, the baking stuff, I quite enjoy baking. Problem for a stream is that while you're baking, it's what do you call it? It's just, you know, an hour in the oven, standing around doing nothing. Now, doing baking for YouTube Shorts, yes, very much so. So bake for in advance and make the stream taste testing with various toppings. Yeah, that's definitely doable. Ta-da! All right, done. All right, so we're just going to leave that. We're going to leave that sit because now we're going to do a slightly different experiment to see how we go. Come on, off. There we go. How doing, Rach? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Where's the doodada? my doodada. Well, it's not actually mine, but you know. Doodada. Right, I've got seeds dropping all over the place. Probably should have peeled it first. You could always do a skin-on variant, I suppose. Alright, so what thickness do I want this? I'm going to go about 1 centimetre. That didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. So what we're going to do is we're going to fry up an apple. Just don't grow tomatoes. That pink lady apple. Right, so while we're at that, while that's heating up, I'm just going to have a... Okay, so let's say 1419. Where's my calculator? So 1419 minus the bowl at 783. Alright, so 636. So, alright, we'll see how we go with that. I mean, if we divided that by 4, that's 160 gram patty. I can live with that. Growing apples in the kitchen floor is fine. Alright. I'm not sure if I'm going to need oil or what for this. I don't know how it's going to go with skin on it. So we're experimenting here. While we wait. Granny Smith poached in red wine, fried in bacon fat. Yeah, I can see that. Granny Smiths, just on their own, tend to be a little tart for me. The apples that supposedly pair really well with pork are Pink Ladies. There's others, but the main one, the easy to get ones, are Pink Ladies and Granny Smiths. Usually, because Granny Smiths are usually a bit too tart for my liking, I've gone with a Pink Lady. But we'll see. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's starting to get a nice sizzle to it. So for this one, you never know. It might get to that point where you really need something to cut through it. Yeah. I might change it to Granny Smith, but for now I thought I'd go with the bit more subtle flavour of the Pink Lady. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Tarts, tarts. Yeah. hot. So I'm thinking that while we're doing this, so we'll generally just work this into a ball. I'm thinking 4 patties ought to be about right. Let's see how big that makes them. You know what? If the shoe fits. No, look at that. Woof. That'd be a patty. You know what? Let's go with that. Why am I pressing my thumb in the middle? Helps it stay flat when cooking. Boop. Boop. Oh, there we go. That's got a nice little crisp to it. You can just see that in the TV. I have never heard of that upright. Boop. You kind of want the cooked apple now. Alright, so we've divvied this up into 4, but with the thickness of these, I think it would be reasonable to divvy it up into 8. Now, I've used a muffin ring to shape those. The muffin ring is so freaking handy. But one of the main reasons I do that is it is just the inner diameter of a brioche. Alright, let's see. How have you done? Alright. So that's nicely, very hot. Nicely browned on either side. Oh, the smell coming off it is just amazing. Just make a bit more of a divot in the middle of that. There we go. Divoted! Right, so let's give this a taste test. That's nice. Alright, so the slow cook on that, damn. But it's still solid enough that I could probably do that a little slower. I actually like that the skin is whoops. The skin is softened nicely. So So in theory, you shouldn't when you take a bite of something and you pull and that like whole bit just comes out of the burger with it, I really want to avoid that. That did shrink a bit, however, so I'm going to make it a bit thicker. I'm going to go for, let's say, 1.5 centimeters for the next slice. Oh, my mouth has really started salivating hard nom, nom, from that apple. That is really nice. All right, let's take give that a quick deglaze. Get the heat back going. And now we see they're holding together quite nicely at the moment. So the breadcrumbs and the eggs seem to be doing their work. That is a reasonably thick patty though. 4 thick, 8 thin. We did. What do we do? Pink lady. Cord, peel on. Fry till golden. Do a science, make one perfect shape and one dimpled. We could do a science. I might actually just give that a bit more of a press down. I'm not happy with the bottom shape. There we go, that's better. Alright, more happy with that. Dimple. So do you put the dimple side down first or up first? Jesse, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. Up, you think? Alright, we'll try it with up. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of oil in, just because this time I want the oil. Right, so I'm going to leave this on a reasonably low heat, and we're going to cook it a bit slowly, just because of how thick it is. I want it to I still want it. There's nothing in there that I can't eat raw. Eggs a bit of a risk, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. We'll watch the edges of it as it cooks. I might actually just start a stopwatch on this. Nope. Where's my stopwatch? There it is. Nice. And we'll see how long, because I usually like mine a little bit bloody in the middle. So we'll see. The other 3 are going in the fridge. maybe even in the freezer. But definitely in the fridge. Ah! Can you tell I used to work at a fast food joint? I don't know if you can see how I'm folding these. Do this one over here. I've gone out of shot. Anyway, alright. I'll throw them in the fridge for now. Right, that is a bit thicker. We're gonna. Alright. Yeah, you can see it. You can see the cook coming slowly up the side of it. I've got it set at about halfway. It's gas. It's on. It's low, and halfway between is where I've got it set. Yep, that has stuck to the bottom. I might cook the rest of that later. I may very well. Ta-da! I should probably could lightly toast this. That might give it a bit more hold togetherness. We'll see. Toasty. Now. Alright, there we go. Excellent. Excellent. Oh. Alright, so the apple seems to be cooking a little faster this time. I suspect that's the oil doing that. I don't know. Just the sides cooking a bit faster than I thought it was. Do I want to give it a light toasting? Might not this time. I might next time. Formed in, what did I just got? Muffin ring. Muffin ring! Whoops. Me writing a recipe. Squiggles and lines and stuff. Rach, my auntie made lasagna with combo pork and beef mince, and it was not bad. I could still taste the pork though, but it didn't seem to repeat on me as pork usually does. Yeah, right, okay. When I make a lasagna, I use this pork and veal mince, like 500 grams of pork and veal, and then 500 grams of beef as well, and that's the base for my lasagnas. That's my meat base for the lasagnas. Alright, that is looking about where I want it, I think. So, how long was that? 6 minutes. I reckon we actually probably could have put the apple in at the same time as the meat for the thick variant. Didn't quite realise they were going to be this thick to begin with, but that's fine. Of course you'll eat all of Rachel's pork. My lasagna is, yes, the lasagna is there is definitely going to be a, my lasagna is definitely going in the cookbook. Absolutely. I get sweet and sour pork and that's fine, but it's the dark meat. I don't know why it makes a difference. There are still some bites that set my teeth on edge though. Yeah, that's fair. When you finally make it, I shall let you know and put my request in early. In theory, if I've done this right, it'll be interesting. I've not used this particular mince on its own before, so I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Alright, I'm going to butter the bottom of this for you. I'm going to put a light slathering of butter on it. I'm looking around and I'm just seeing all the tools that are still out. I'm like, eh. I'm still debating whether I want to put mayo on it or not. Tools going away. Oh, messy kitchens drive me bonkers. They really do. Alright, so it looks like we're doing 6 mins each side. Now what's that called? An apple. Now, we're not putting cheese in this one, mainly because we've put all the parmesan in the meat to begin with. Again, there may not be enough parmesan in it. We'll see. Might up it to half a cup. We'll see how we go. That looks nicely cooked on the outside. We've got 2 minutes left. We'll leave it for another 2 minutes. That's fine, that is. Now, I decided today, whoops, got preemptive with the knife, that I would go for aroma tomato on the burger. Oh, look at that. Nice. So yeah, all we're adding is Roma tomato and some baby spinach, and we're done. Right, that actually looks pretty much done. Yeah, that's got a lot more juicy in it than I thought it was going to have. But that's okay. Oop, come on. Haha. Yeah. Alright, we might drop that down to 5 minutes each side, because that 6 minutes on that seems to have blown it out a little bit. Look at that. Look at the fit. Tell you what, you don't necessarily need to full clean your pans, but if you give them a deglaze while they're hot, when it does come time to clean them, so much easier. Right, this is getting very tall. This is getting taller than I thought. We'll see how that works. It's very tall. It's what I'd call a Shaggy and Scooby burger. Alright, let's squeeze that down a bit. Ta-da! Alright, take a quick photo of it. Oops. Yeah. Silly computer in the way in the background. I might crop that later. Uh-oh. Camera freeze. There we go. Lamb. Mince is wet these days. Yeah, it kind of is. Rach, I know 1000% I like lamb chops, but I know I've never liked any other Bar rainbow sheep, but I need to give it another try. I randomly started to enjoy capsicum, only red, okay, just in the past year or so after having the ick my whole life. Upright, best lamb I've ever had in my life was a whole lamb on a spit in the back of a trailer at a Greek birthday party. Stuffed capsicum can be quite nice. Yeah, I scared the camera. The burger is way too tall. So there we go. Burger. So let's see what we think. Interesting. It's like a whole new flavor profile. Really not getting a... Oh, there it is. I take that back. Damn. So, I'm just figuring this out. There you go. Who's going to smack it first? Rage got it. Hammer. Okay, this. So, for clarity, my mouth is really watering right now. It's just, this is very different to what I'm used to, and I'm trying to figure it out. So, first off, with a lot of homemade burgers, they're very, especially if you're using lean beef, they're very wet. This is not. This is not even remotely that. There was, when we squeezed it down in the pan, some fluid came out. I wouldn't say a lot, more than I was expecting, but fluid came out. That is not an issue here. The meat is, I wouldn't say it's completely moist or anything like that, but it is, it's not dripping. There is that subtle baseline of the thyme. So I actually think that was just the right amount of thyme. You've got to go looking for it, but it's there. The apple in this is just freaking amazing. It really just bites through. I saw that upright. About the only flavor that I'm not getting every bite is Parmesan. That's it. So I reckon I'd double the amount of Parmesan maybe. But everything else, in each bite, you're getting a little bit of everything. We have, I think we've done well. Mm. Whoops. Flame off. Next on Lick the Bowl, cooking upright, lightly sauteed in wine. I don't think it's quite there yet. It needs... Ooh, you know what? I was debating this. Let's see what this does. Let's put a squidge of mayo on it. And see what, if anything, that changes. Well, Hmm. Maybe. I may have had a bit much at the start there. Alright, mayo is not the answer. Hey, baby. Nope. Lisa does not like that idea. Okay. Sure. Why did you Why? What? Oh, right. Okay, so that wasn't a link for something that was accidental. Okay. I like the cooked apple. I was just thinking that we could maybe do like an apple sauce sort of thing, but nah, I like the cooked apple in this. It is very tasty. It's very nice. It's just something. I will think on it. Definitely needs more parmesan. Sure, why not? Pork and apple pie. Don't even want that. We could do that. I've got to see. Pulled pork and apple pie. It's a thing. It is definitely a thing. Your friend talks about those all the time? Nice. So the meat was cooked perfectly. It's so nice. That is very different. And different in a good way. Not something that it's not something that I'm used to. It's not a series of flavors I'm used to. Needs something though. I'm gonna double the parmesan, I think. Well, from a third of a cup, 2/3 of a cup. Yeah, let's do it to 2/3. Because I think that's what it's missing. I think the cheese aspect is what it's missing in the overall. But if we can get that up that bit of parmesan in there, I reckon that is then gonna just perfectly hit the mark. And I didn't add any salt and pepper to that either. That may also be it. So, when I cook the next one, add a bit of salt and pepper to it. That might be all it is. It's just salt and pepper. Writing big note, add this next to the salt and pepper that I had written down on the recipe. Hey Fluffy, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. I'm pretty good. We've just finished up the burger. I'm thinking, I'm trying to think of the little bits and bobs that go with it. I mean, this is how much of it I've left. And that's not bad. Again, reasonably simple, that one, but a lot of flavour. There's a lot of flavour in that. That does make me giggle though, that's the recipe. Well, that's the recipe in its current form. I think the Roma tomato went really well on all of that. I was really happy with the Roma tomato. The apple too. Oh my god. I think with the thick patty, the thicker apple worked really well. There was that nice balance of flavors. Like the apple it still cut through the meat, but it didn't overpower it, and you got that little bit of tang with it that came with it, and that balance was really nice. I think if we did the thinner patties, I'll show you, Fluffy, hang on. We did reasonably thick patties. I think if you had the thinner patties, you wouldn't want quite as thick a slice of apple. But yeah, the apple in there was really nice. It didn't overpower the meat. It just, with the bite, it just cut through it nicely and then moved on. It was really nice. So yeah, I reckon next batch, whenever I do that, ooh, I could do it there. That could be fun. Yeah, next batch, I think I'll up those little things a couple of times. Coffee Drate. Ta-da. Oh, shoulders. I have shoulders. Honest. Woo. Oh, far out. Good little spine roll down. Oh, why do you do this to me, Upright? Oh, this is punishment for not making your cat meow sound, isn't it? Norms. So there we go. Nice, easy, done. Also because I love you and want you moving. Doing the Charleston. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. So there we go. Ta-da! Alright, would I cook this again? Absolutely. Yes, I would. Because I've got to get it better. Would I serve this to people? Yes. I would definitely serve this. I would definitely serve it. Do I have enough? What was it? So, would I cook it again? Would I serve it for others? And there is a third category, but I can't remember what it is. What was the third category? Oh, what would I improve next time? Yeah, salt and pepper and more parmesan is what I would improve next time. We will get it going though. You have some villages under the map? Okay. We do need Tiger. We have not seen Tiger in a very long time. It's very sad. Very sad. Because I like Tiger. Mind you, it's entirely possible. It is Tiger. It's entirely possible that she's just sitting at home doing work. Watching the stream. It is plausible. Anyway. Now I get to tidy up the kitchen. Because guess what? I probably wants to kidnap both Tiger and Rake. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I can get behind that idea. So I may have that. I may have one of the other patties on Saturday. We'll see. So they may, at least one of them may have to go in the freezer. There we go. Ta-da! So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, that was the stream. Yay! I'm just going to turn the music down. There we go. So, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. GG! Coming up tomorrow, we've got some Neverwinter Nights with Gym Tour. Then we go round to Tuesday and some more Planet Crafter with Wardham. Wednesday night, Parlia. And then Thursday, back in the kitchen, cooking whatever I dream up next. Definitely want to do, I don't know what else I want to do. Tuesday. No, I'm not moving Lick the Bowl to Tuesday. No. So that's what's going on. That's what's coming up. Apple and pork pie, you reckon? Yeah, maybe. The cook time on those is, again, we'll see. We will see. I'd like to do some more of that stuff. I'm just not sure that. They might be YouTube short. They might be YouTubes rather than live kitchen cooking. We'll see. Could probably do a pre-record and just chat to everyone while it's playing. That's possible, I suppose. Just stand around talking and stretching. Yeah. I suppose I could. It's usually those ones. If I'm doing that, I usually do 2 recipes. I do something that then goes in the oven, and then I do something else while we're hanging out waiting for it to cook. In the kitchen, Jim, with Ulrich. And stretch, and flip, and flip, and stretch, and stretch, and flip, and flip, and stretch. It's all your fault. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully we will see everyone tomorrow for Neverwinter Nights. If we don't, we'll see you when you see you. And yeah, I'm blaming you. We'll see you when you see you. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Hello again, and welcome to the after credits. If you like the video, please hit like down below. It really does help. If you'd like alerts of when I put new things up on the channel, you can subscribe, and that helps too. The next video should hopefully be up there. And if you'd like to join us live on Twitch, check the description and you'll find a link. So, until we see each other again, stay safe and have fun.